Hi everyone, today we are going to show how to connect to some database and how to do some basic database operations. For example, I have this database, it is my base created in Microsoft Office 2003, Microsoft Access 2003. That's why it has this MDB extension. What it has two tables, book and borrow, meaning what books do I have and who borrowed those books. This is a simple master detail relationship. So I have a master table book which has this ID as a primary key, and by this ID I always know who borrowed that book, meaning this detailed information. Let's connect to this database. First of all, we need to create a new VCL Forms application, and I want my exe file to be in the same folder as a Microsoft database, so I will say here final output directory is dot. Okay, and now I will save all. Okay, so it is saved in the same folder as my database. Let's run it. Okay, so it is. Let's connect to our database. For connecting, we are going to use Microsoft ActiveX database objects, ADO components, and I will use this ADO connection. So to connect to my database, I need to generate a connection string. So I'll click here, build. First of all, you need to select a provider. For example, if you are going to use, if you want to connect to some SQL server, you would use this provider. To connect to Oracle database, you would need this provider. If you want to connect to Microsoft Access database 2007 or earlier, you would need this provider. But for our version 2003, we need Microsoft Jet 4.0. Next. And now select our database. So it is a full path here, but I will use a relative path. That way I can move my application wherever I want. Okay, I will say I don't need this login prompt. And now let's see, our database has two tables, book and borrow. So first of all, I need to decide what approach do I want to have. If you want to use SQL statements to work with your database, you need to use this ADO query, but I prefer using this ADO table. Also, you can use a combination. For example, this ADO command is very interesting, but I'll leave it up to you to investigate further. And also, this stored procedure is used, for example, when you want to connect to some databases like Microsoft SQL Server. It is sometimes very useful to run a stored procedure on a server itself. Therefore, you need to use this component. But let's connect to our sample database. So I have two ADO tables here. I will say both of those use the same connection, ADO connection, this. And the first table is going to read from a book, and the second one from borrow. So I will name them accordingly. Okay, and now I need something to show the real data from a database. To do that, I need to use database controls, these data controls. For example, I will use this database grid. Now we need to realize something. We have actual data set which contains data, of course, and we have components that will show that data. So we need something in between to help us communicate, and that is the data source. So for each table I need the data source. So I'll call this the book, and I'll say that it uses our tbook component, and I'll call this the borrow, which uses other component. And now let's see how it works. As you can see, all this arrow here, it means that this data source will take some data or records from the actual database, and it will send them to all database controls for a review, for edit, for anything they need. So all I need is to take some of these controls, okay, some of these, for example this db grid, and each of them has this data source property. So I'll say that in this grid I want to show all records from book table, and don't forget to set active to true. Okay, now I'll double click this grid and arrange these columns, for example to value 70. Okay, and now let's see. This is the actual data from the database itself. So for example, if I want to change this year to 2005, when I go in the database it is automatically stored there, and I haven't wrote a single line of code. I can revert this, just see the status of the record. For example, this is error, but if I type anything, it is in the edit state, and it will be in the edit state until I move to another record. And once I've moved to another record, this is saved automatically to my database. Okay, as you can see, we can use this grid to show actual data and to modify them and store them back to our database. But we'll now show something else, and that is, what if we have two grids? So the first grid showed us the book table, but let's use this second grid to show borrow table. Okay, so this is a borrow table. Now I can say that this table, meaning this table, has its master source, which is book. So what does that mean? That means that this is a master detail relationship where master is the book and the detail is borrow. So I've specified here that my master source is the book, but now I need to specify what are the master fields. So how to do it? First of all, we need to check our database. If we use this relationship, we see that book has ID, and it is 1 to infinite relationship, so meaning by ID and book ID. So I need to specify ID from a book and book ID from borrow. ID and book ID. Add. Okay, now let's see what happened. Now we have, as you can see, here I've selected the first record, meaning the record that has ID 1. Automatically in this detailed grid, I can see only records that are related to this book, only for the book that has ID 1. If I click here, I automatically see only IDs for the second book, so it is automatically filtered. Okay, so this is like in here. Here I have 3 records, like in here. Okay, and I have 2 records here. Okay, so this is a simple master detail relationship. Also notice that we haven't wrote a single line of code yet. So what we can do in this database, for example, we can say right click here, fields editor, and right click here and add all fields. So we can say I don't want to show my data in this grid. I want to show them in some edit fields. So I can, for example, select this all and simply drag and drop here. And I can also use a navigator. And I say this navigator works with the book table. So as you can see, I automatically change the record. But as I change the record, it is automatically their values are automatically changed in these edit fields. Okay, so if I change here something like this, I can say save, and it is automatically saved. I can add another record or don't, right? So there are many operations that are automatically available. But also I can do things programmatically. For example, I will add a button. And I will say the book, that is this one. Insert. I want to insert another record, and field by name. Field by name is name, and that field is let's see what is its type. It is a text. Author is also text, and year is a number. So I can say as string equals new book. The same thing I will do for the author. And also the same thing I will do for year. Now we saw that year is a number. Okay, it is not a text. As integer equals, for example, 2010. And to save everything to a database, I will use post. Okay, I don't need to specify ID, it will be generated automatically. Ah, I see. I need to close it here. So I click here and it added a new record straight to my database. Okay, so that is the way you can add a new record programmatically. You can also use, for example, the book delete to delete some record. For example, I will add another button. But you always need to know what record are you on. For example, I'm looking at this record here that has ID 3, and if I say delete, that record will be deleted. Okay. Also, if I say delete this record, it will automatically delete its detailed records because we specified master detail relationship. Okay, so you saw here how add a new record, how to delete existing one, and how to edit existing one. We can, for example, show how to sort data. For example, let's say this book. I want to sort it by year or by name. So I will say index field names. I want to sort it by name. As you can see, it automatically sorted by name. And then I want to say sorted by author. Okay, or just by author. So it is very simple. You just specify index field names, or you can say descending if you want to sort that way. Also, you can use filter property to say, for example, name equals filtered is true. And now, as you can see, I see only the record or the records where year is 2000, or I can say it like this, right? So you can use that property as well. Now you see how to filter data, how to sort them out, and how to search them. Well, to search some data, we can use navigate method. Not the navigate, but locate method. So these are search options. So partial key is okay, and I want to search this T-book table. Locate in this in the column year. I want to locate something that is in some edit box. For example, I will add some edit box, edit field, and I will simply say search. Okay, so let's say 1999 found. So it found the record where the year is 1999, and it automatically positioned the cursor on that record. That is very important. Okay, if I say 2000, oh my god, again it found the record and it positioned the cursor on that record. And if I say something that isn't here, not found. So you need to specify what column are you looking for, what value are you looking for, and what are the search options. So that would be about it. And well, there are many things about databases. This is just a scratch on the surface. There are so many things to say about databases, and we cannot simply cover it in one video, but for this level I hope that you now saw how easy it is to simply to connect to some database, to show data from some table, to create master detail relationship, how to sort some data by some columns, how to filter data, how to add them programmatically, how to delete them programmatically, and how to search something. I think that is pretty much enough for now. Once you cover that, we can continue to some more complex issues like how to use something like client data sets, and or how to connect to some more complicated databases like Microsoft SQL Server, and how to run stored procedures and such. But for now, I believe this is enough. Okay, so if you have any questions, please be free to ask. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.